What's up, everybody? This is John with the Unpaid Gamers. Another Car Thoughts video for you. I'm back in the Fusion. Drove the Mustang around a few days. I know it's a little noisier, so the video quality is a little different. It's bad enough as it is, right? I mean, holding this freaking camera and not giving a shit about editing and stuff like that. So, but anyway, back in a little more normal swing of things. I'm not dressed for work today. I got some Nuka-Cola action going on. I probably go back and do some work in the office here in a little bit, but this morning just hitting the road and doing some Halloween shopping. So as usual, right? So just kind of a quick car thoughts video. I played a little more of Saints Row, and my thoughts are still about the same on that. I feel like it's really just kind of getting review bombed at this point. Every now and again a game comes up like that, and it's just kind of the thing to shit on it. And I don't know, I don't feel like I really like garbage games for the most part. I have a limited amount of time, so I do look for things that are a little different, or bring something unique to the table. But I try not to play just shit games, and I do not think this is one. I think it's a really fun game. It doesn't break the ground, like I mentioned, as far as open world stuff and GTA style stuff, but it's got lots of cool customization. The game's pretty fun, and I feel like it's really at most just not what people wanted it to be from the next Saints Row. And that's usually what happens. People's expectations or people's wish list gets in the way, ends up not being the game they want it to be, and then in turn they just shit all over it. People are weird that way. I don't know. I don't understand. It's not just that the community kind of gets toxic on, but that's one of my pet peeves among many that I'm sure you'll hear me mention. So anyway, just a quick thing on that. I don't know if I'll be streaming more Saints Row or not. I may, because I do want to play more, and if I'm playing it, I might as well just stream it. But we'll see. I don't know. Coming up real soon, this week, I guess the next big release game is The Last of Us Part 1. I don't know that I'll be really streaming much of that. I did end up getting it, however. Like I mentioned in one of the previous videos, if I do go back and play it, I would want to play that version, and it just makes sense to kind of match it up with Part 2. So it's a little bit arguably unnecessary. I get why a lot of people are not behind that remake, but or remaster, whatever. That's the other big argument. Who gives a shit, really? An updated version of the game. I understand why a lot of people don't care, but it doesn't get rid of the fact that the original one is out there. You don't have to buy or play this one if you don't want it. So I, however, did get it, but I don't know if I'm quite ready to replay that series yet. We'll see if it ropes me in. I don't know. So we'll see. I don't know if I'll be streaming much of that or not. So kind of up in the air on what I'm going to be streaming. I did, again, like I mentioned, I end up with Best Buy credits, Amazon, all this stuff half the time that I got to try to get rid of. It's a terrible problem to have, but, I end up just getting a lot of stuff I wouldn't normally buy because it doesn't cost me anything to get. And I got to use these credits up. So I did look this weekend over two games, which major releases that I have not pre-ordered on my own, but I have mentioned them. One of which is Gotham Knights, which I was mistaken on that one because I mentioned it was Rocksteady, and it's really not. It is by Warner Brothers, I think Montreal, but it's basically the studio behind the Batman Arkham Origins game. So if you haven't played that, it's kind of a spin-off game from the Arkham series, and highly regarded, though, as being a really great game, and focused more or quite a bit on like the detective side of things, and there's kind of like a whole greater enhanced like detective mechanic that you go and solve crime and stuff with, in addition to the other stuff the Rocksteady games kind of put out there. So if you played it, you know it's kind of sleeper hit. Like, it didn't take off as much as the Arkham games, but pretty highly regarded, and it should be good. So if you haven't played it, it should be good. You should check it out. But this Gotham Knights is from that studio, and it's based on kind of like the New 52 stuff. So in this game, Batman is dead. You play as Nightwing, Red Hood, Batgirl, or Robin, Tim Drake Robin. So one of those four characters, very much like the Arkham games. It looks like it has those detective moments like Origins. I suspected it would be a lot like that. Like RPG-ish elements as much as the other ones. You can get points and build up your character, and you have like different builds of your character. They showcased a lot of that stuff. Like, you can have two Red Hoods, for example, and they play totally different based on where you spend these upgrade points and stuff like that. So it looks like a really cool game. It was for all platforms, and it looks like they nixed the older gen version. So it is like a next or current gen version only, PS5, Series X, stuff like that. So I'm sure that's a disappointment to a lot of people, but that's the way it's going to start going. So if you're dragging your heels about upgrading, you may want to really look into it. And I know a lot of people still bitch about the unavailability of PS5s and Xbox Series, stuff like that. It's not really the case. I see multiple times in a month where I can order PS5s and Series X's. I mean, at launch, I was able to get 3 PS5s, and it wasn't me hoarding them. It wasn't to resell or anything like that. I got one for my son for Christmas, and a friend of mine wanted one, and he couldn't get it, and I had an opportunity to, so I got it for him, and he just gave me the money and stuff. So if you know where to look, it's pretty easy to get one. In fact, today even I seen that both Amazon and Walmart has them in stock. I clicked on the link myself, went there. You can just add the bag and order, no big deal. So if you don't know where to look, I would suggest you follow the right people on Twitter. There's some specific Twitter accounts that's set up to monitor that kind of stuff, and they'll let people know when those are available. One of which that I'll mention is Wario64. Follow him on Twitter. You will get almost every notification about any sale or PS5 or Xbox restock. I mean, that's what I used to get all the other ones before. That's how I found out about the one today. It's just really not as hard as what people think. I mean, it still sucks that you can't just walk into Target or Walmart or whatever the day of you want and just buy it. That sucks, I do know. But if you really want one, it's really not that hard to get. So anyway, that's my quick thoughts on that. But Gotham Knights looks very cool. It is next gen only. I don't know, I'm pretty excited about it. One thing I'm not excited about, however, is the 1,000 editions that all these games come in. I had to sift through all that shit. There's the digital, and then the deluxe, and then the collector's edition, and then the enhanced version, and fucking whatever the fuck. So sifted through all that. The standard affair. It comes with more skins, or just whatever else they want to throw in. For like another $20, you can get more suits, which I would normally hate, and I do kind of hate. I hate the practice. It really drives me nuts. But superheroes do like their different suits, and people like putting them on. So it gets very addicting. So anyway, that game looks really cool. I think it's supposed to be the biggest Gotham world yet they've built, so that's pretty cool and exciting. You know, no Batman, so that's kind of a bummer, but you know, it's all these supporting characters, and the gameplay looks solid, and the storyline, it's based on like the Quarter Cow stuff, which I'm not really too familiar with, but from what I understand, it's kind of like Gotham's Illuminati and stuff. So it's based on the graphic novel series or comic series of that. So seems like cool story. So many cool stories in the Batman universe. Definitely look into that game if you haven't. I will probably for sure stream some of that when it comes out. It's supposed to come out in October, so I'll have that to stream. And the other game I was looking into was the Marvel Midnight Suns. You know, I looked at it a while back. For whatever reason, I didn't care about it. But of course now, you know, looking for my silly problem of looking for stuff to spend this credit on. So big games coming up, that was one of them. So I looked at it. Pretty cool, really. I mean, I love the XCOM games. It's a little different than that. It uses this card-based mechanic. But it also seems like it's a lot of RPG elements and stuff, and you explore like the, you know, some different locations and interact with characters and kind of talk and develop relationships with them, which allow further advancement of powers and cards and stuff like that. And, you know, it's this whole original story. You create your character, and it's like kind of the underworld of Marvel with these demonic takeover stuff. So it's kind of weird. There's not a whole lot of really detailed information about stuff yet on it. You know, there's some like character showcases, there's some gameplay kind of featurettes, and kind of gives you an idea of it. Uses that card based like kind of combat for moves. It's very turn-based in strategy, so it's not like a real-time beat 'em up like Avengers or anything like that. But looks pretty cool enough. Cool enough, I guess I'll try and see what's up with that. Looks like they will also have a ton of different costumes and stuff for all the characters. You know, interact with all that stuff. Spider-Man, of course, is one of them, and that kind of sells me because it's one of my favorite Marvel characters of all time. So anyway, so I added those to my pre-order list, so I'll probably showcase at least some of that, and I don't know, we'll see. But that was my journey this weekend, diving into those, seeing what they're all about, sorting out their mini editions. Of course, that Midnight Suns, they have their legendary edition and their deluxe edition and whatever the fuck, drives me nuts. But that's what's up with that. So two new pre-orders to add to the upcoming schedule of stuff to move through. Like I said, the most recent one coming up now will be Last of Us. We'll see what's up with that. So look for some more streams probably this week, for some more leisure plays of something at least. Hopefully Tom show up here any day soon. So not sure what's going on with his schedule, but I know he has some videos planned, so keep on the lookout for one of us to be streaming some more stuff to you. And that's about all I have for car thoughts right now. I'll pick something, and I don't know, we'll see what the next one brings. So anyway, till next time, see ya.